Good evening, parents. Thank you so much for coming out tonight to our family night. Really appreciate seeing all of our families here. My name is Steve Mellen. I'm the IB coordinator here at Eisenhower Middle School. Just wanted to give you some information about our IB journey, what we do here at Eisenhower. So from the 3 years ago in August of 2014, so school year 2015, we began our journey toward IB World School authorization. And we did that because we understand that Laurel is a very diverse community, and we wanted students to understand and appreciate that too, and figure out their place in that work. So knowing that they're going to grow up to be students and adults who live in a global world where knowing another language and interacting with people from different cultures is going to be really, really important for them, essential really for them to be successful. So, and that's where the IB comes in. So the IB is hinged around the idea of developing intercultural understanding and respect to just have a more peaceful and a better world. So to that end, students, we expect them to, and all of us as well, adults and all of the teachers and parents and everyone, to live up to the IB learner profile, which are the 11 traits that all learners, all lifelong learners really should share. And those things they're being risk takers, inquirers, communicators, thinkers, being caring, open-minded, principled, and understanding that it's great that you need to be knowledgeable and persistent and reflective. And then above all, you need to have some balance in your life. And to know that it's not always about academics, it's not always about playtime, it's not always about sports, it's about being able to kind of be a complete and well-rounded person. So we really want to make that happen. So for 3 years, we've been working on this journey, and we're about to have our authorization visit in March. So where the IB will come out and they'll send some reviewers out and verify all the work that we've done. So just to kind of give you a background about how that worked, the first year in school year 2015, we spent a lot of time working with teachers and just understanding the IB philosophy and understanding what it meant to really take this trip and learn some of the pieces and parts of the ways that was going to happen. In 2016, so the 15-16 school year, we spent time retooling our master schedule, changing the way that we allow students to take elective classes so that all of them could experience a wide variety of work in the 8 different subject areas that they currently take on their schedule now, including, probably the most recognizable thing is that all students here take a world language all 3 years of their experience here with us. It's not an elective, it's a course that every student takes. So we offer French and Spanish and Chinese here, and the opportunity for students to earn up to 2 high school credits in that world language while they're here. This year, we've been fine-tuning a lot of that work and really taking that out to the classroom. So this year is probably the first year that students have really recognized the change, and many of them have said, why are we teaching so differently this year? Because the classrooms have started to transform. The way that teachers traditionally teach, where they're in the front of the room doing direct instruction, that's changing. Many of the lessons that we're doing with students now are inquiry-based, where students are having to use research skills, collaborative skills, discussion skills, in order to just, to really explore a topic in depth. And the reason I came here to talk to you this evening was to talk to you about the way we're going to capstone that work for students as they finish out their experience here at Eisenhower. So next year's 8th graders, so the kids who are currently in 7th grade right now, will be the very first group of students that have gotten to experience the IB coursework all the way through their 3 years of work here at Eisenhower. And so for them, we want to make sure that we capstone that work and help them understand the way that they do contribute to the world as global citizens. So if you think about our mission here at Eisenhower, it's to develop and empower lifelong learners who will become global citizens within thriving and caring communities. And the way that we do that is by exposing students to things that are occurring in the real world. We're not just thinking about the curriculum as it stands. We're thinking about how the curriculum and how the learning in the classrooms is relating to real issues in the world, real global issues like hunger and poverty, environmental issues, political issues, things that are occurring in the world, the refugee crisis, things that are very, very on people's minds, but maybe not necessarily on the minds of someone who's 11 or 12 or 13. So we really want them to be thinking about their place and how they're going to make their place in the world. So in order to cap that off for students at the end of their experience as 8th graders, we want them to complete a community project. And the community project is a way for them to provide service to the community in a way that they feel most comfortable and feel most ready to be able to contribute, and to do it with a couple of other students in a partnership, so that they're self-designing a project that's going to give them a connection to the world in a way that is meaningful to them, using all the things that they've learned throughout their experience here at Eisenhower. So what we're going to do this year is pilot that project with 2 groups, with the English language learner groups from Miss C's classes who are 8th graders, and with the AVID students from Mr. Burgess's class who are 8th graders. So in the next couple weeks, I'll be coming into those classes and talking to kids very specifically about the project, about what it entails, about how we'll work on it, and how we'll support them to be able to do that work. Because we do want the students to self-design a project with a group of up to 3 other students, but we don't want them to have to take it on completely on their own. We want to support them. So we'll talk a lot more about the ways that we're going to support students when I see them in probably the last week of January, so right after the 3rd quarter starts. Just for you as parents, understand that students will be doing this project, and they will be working together with a group and doing research and designing service and completing and actually going out and doing the action. So it's not just a theoretical design, they're actually going to do the work. So what you should see students doing is having time to collaborate with their peers. They're probably going to ask you, can we meet at the library? Can we, get together with this, a couple other folks because we're doing this project together. They're going to spend about 15 hours of work on the project. We're going to support them here in school with some after-school sessions and with some lunchtime sessions so that we can help them get together with their partners, because we know that that might be a challenge if they live across the city from each other, and it may be harder for them to get together outside of school than it is for other students who maybe live close. So we're going to do our part to support them there. We're also going to provide them some mentoring. So some of the teachers, including Mr. Burgess, Miss C, myself, are going to be mentoring them to be able to give them some guidance as they work through the project. And then at the very end, so probably in May, we'll be having a showcase of that work where the students will be presenting. So if you're familiar with what a TED Talk looks like, that's what it'll be. It'll be an opportunity for students to get up on stage with a presentation, share the stuff that they've done, what they've learned from it, and how they reflected on their work as a student here, and how it's made them into that global citizen. So we're asking for your support. So our vision here is that we are engaged in greatness together. And that means together for us means the students, the teachers, the parents, and the community. So we're definitely asking for your support. If you have any questions, please feel free to come see me. My name is Mr. Mellen. I'm the IB coordinator here. And I'm available all the time. So if you have any questions or any concerns, or you just want to talk about what your students are learning, please give me a call, send me an email, and I'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your evening with Mr. Burgess and Miss C. I know that they're going to treat you guys well. Have a great night.